How's it going, brother? I hope you guys are having a great day. It is my daughter's favorite day. It is Friday the 13th. Yes, my middle daughter loves everything horror movie related, so today is her day. So happy Friday the 13th to everybody out there. I hope you're having a great day. I hope,
I
everybody's.
got two Broncos trivia questions for you.
All right, Blake, I hope I got the answers.
By a combination of receiving, rushing, and returning, who was the first Bronco player to cross the end zone over 70 times?
The first Bronco by receiving, returning, and running.
Yes, rushing.
Receiving, returning, and rushing. Well, I know it wasn't Terrell Davis because he never was a. Well, yeah, actually he was. He was a kick returner in his early years.
Without looking it up.
I'm not looking it up. I'm hitting the say hi button. I want to say Terrell Davis, but I think I could be wrong there. But I do know he was a returner early in his career. But I think I'm wrong.
It was Rod Smith.
Rod Smith. Good old wide receiver Rod Smith. But yes,
the second one.
Terrell Davis was a.
If you get this one, I'll gift you a galaxy. Who was the first coach that led the Broncos to their first Super Bowl?
Oh, what was his name? It wasn't Schottenheimer. Was it Schottenheimer?
Nope.
No, it wasn't Schottenheimer. Oh, it was before Schottenheimer. It was before Elway. It was back. I think it was against the Vikings. Oh, man. I can't remember his name. But
Ed Miller.
Miller, there you go. Yeah, those are old questions, my brother. Those are good trivia questions. I like those.
Oh, man, bro.
What's up, Serge?
What's up, bro? Y'all should have beat the Bills, bro.
Well, we did beat the Bills.
Do you remember this trade? All right. Two players that were traded by the Broncos to acquire John Elway. One of them was Chris Hinton. Who was the other?
To acquire who?
Wait, no, y'all did. I'm tripping. I mean, y'all should have beat the Patriots. I'm tripping. Patriots, yeah, not the Bills, the Patriots.
Hold on, Serge. What was that, Blake? Two players that were traded to acquire who?
John Elway. One of them was Chris Hinton, and who was the other?
Because I know it was
the draft ever.
What's that, Serge?
That was like the best draft ever.
It wasn't. It wasn't. It was, and it wasn't because of the whole Elway Baltimore Colt fiasco. And then what happened with Dan Marino falling as far as he did. I do not know the other player. Blake.
It was Mark Herman.
Mark Herman. But yeah, it was a good draft, but it also there was a lot of love lost between the Broncos and the Baltimore Colts because of that trade. And because of the commissioner at the time, because John Elway had already signed a futures contract with the New York Yankees, and he said that he was going to go play baseball, but they made the Baltimore Colts trade him to the Denver Broncos. And the reason why we did not beat the Patriots is that's what happens when you don't have your number 2 receiver, number 3 receiver, number 1 quarterback, number 1 running back, number 1 safety, and Nick Benito got hurt in that game as well. Hey, what's going on, Rock?
Everyone saw Drake May's like fraudulent stuff like that game. He had like 80 passing yards. I know this was Blizzard, but bro, come on, bro. Tom Brady had like 3 touchdowns in a blizzard. No excuse.
There's a lot of things that the Broncos even could have won that game, but I'm going to tell you this right now. Even if the Broncos won that game, they don't win the Super Bowl. I would think Blake would agree with me on that one.
But I'll say y'all would have definitely put up a better fight. I think the Patriots were playing too conservative, especially in the first half. Drake May didn't throw a single deep ball. They were just running the ball the entire time.
Right. They only had 1 first down in the first half that came in the first quarter. They didn't have another first down until the third quarter off of a penalty.
That's
The
insane.
big turning point in that game was on that 3rd and 1, where Vrabel just didn't go for it.
Good morning, Martin.
Will Campbell was getting bull rushed the entire game.
Yeah, but you gotta just go for it though. Yeah.
Well, can't
No,
we-
I agree. The Broncos would not have beaten the Seahawks. Not it being because even if the Broncos would have beat, what's up, Jordan? Even if the Broncos would have beat the Patriots, we don't know what the availability of Pat Bryant and Troy Franklin would have been. Thank you, Martin. We don't know how available J.K. Dobbins would have been in that game, coming off of that long injury. So there was a lot of variables.
Yeah,
I thought Jacksonville was going to
I
go
got
to the
another
Super Bowl.
trivia question for you.
All right, Blake, what's that?
Who was the first round draft pick in the 1987 draft?
You do realize I was 2 years old, right?
1987.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, you were older
Your
than
live
me.
is
You were
not
older
eligible
than
for
me.
recommendation to restricted research because it contains unoriginal content. They're doing it again.
Oh, you're born in 85. Oh, shoot.
They're doing it again. They are giving you the live restriction things. Hey, Ray.
Who's your favorite
What's up, man?
Bronco of all time?
Bill Romanowski.
Oh, wow. I don't hear that one a lot.
Yeah, Bill Romanowski, inside linebacker, who we got from San Francisco.
Who were the wide receivers known for the name as the Three Amigos?
Blake,
Three amigos.
I don't know.
It was Jack-
What do you got, Blake? What do you got? A book of football trivia? What's up, Travis?
I do. I'm on a computer at work, and I'm just like,
I kind of figured that's what you were doing, thinking that I was gonna have all this in my head. He's over here. He's got his book out like this. Blake's got his book out going. You know what? Today good morning, mamas. I'm gonna make Armchair feel dumb. That's what Blake. No matter how much love I give to Blake, Blake's coming in here like I'm gonna screw Armchair's Friday up, man. Hey, what was the length of a football inch back in 1920?
Yo, when did John Elway when did he take a shit? In 1920.
Right?
you know what, Armchair? Just because. There you go.
Thanks, Blake. Okay, Blake. Without looking at your book, I got a trivia question for you.
Okay. I'll
What
walk away from my computer.
What team did Vince Lombardi and Tom Landry both coach on at the same exact
I
time?
know it.
Oh,
I know it.
Cleveland.
Eh,
What?
Giants.
Minnesota.
the New York Giants.
What? I thought it was Cleveland.
The Giants.
Nope, it was the Giants. One was the offensive coordinator and the other was the defensive coordinator.
That's a legendary offensive coaching staff right there.
Yeah.
Yep. And here's a funny one. Here's a funny one. So we're talking about old drafts, right?
Mhm.
We all remember the Colts quarterback that won the Super Bowl, right? Johnny Unitas.
Yes.
Here's something interesting.
That's when they were Baltimore, right?
Yeah, that's when they were the Baltimore Colts.
Baltimore Colts. Yeah.
The owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Art Rooney Sr. or Grandpa or whichever it was, wanted to draft Johnny Unitas to be the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But the head coach at the time said no, that he was too dumb and would never learn a playbook. So they didn't draft him. Imagine if the Pittsburgh Steelers would have drafted Johnny Unitas.
That's insane.
I mean, the Pittsburgh Steelers is already a famous organization that's won 6 titles. I mean,
Well, yeah, 4 in 6 years.
yeah, I mean, they would have just won a little bit earlier.
Because that was, what Super Bowl was that? That was Super Bowl 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Super Bowl 5 with Johnny Unitas.
You remember
Yeah,
Super Bowl 5, Armchair?
What's that?
Actually,
You remember
he
Super Bowl
was supposed to be there for Super Bowl 3, but he got hurt, and it was Earl Morrall.
What year was Super Bowl 5?
Hey, my team is the only team in NFL history to go undefeated.
Oh, Miami Dolphins.
Yep.
72 Dolphins.
And
Yeah.
you realize that season was pretty crappy if you start to look at it.
Hey, I don't
mean,
care
they-
if I was a Dolphins fan. I don't care if there was only 2 teams in the NFL and I had to play them every single week. I'm going undefeated. I'm going undefeated, and I'm claiming that
But, like,
mantle.
you gotta look at it, bro. Both our running backs had 2,000 yards, both of them. The backup and the starter.
I'm claiming that mantle.
1K.
I'm 100% claiming that mantle. If my grandfather, my dad's dad, was a Miami Dolphins fan, and he watched the 72 Dolphins go undefeated.
And he could tell you that they were really like that, right? They were
Well,
really that
he-
good.
no, he can't. He's unfortunately no longer with
No, I'm
us.
saying in the past.
I
Right.
mean, when they won that title, it was more so of the no-name defense than it was anything else.
Yeah.
Like if you go back and look at all those clips, like I used to be a historian when it came to all those. I used to have
Yeah,
all
me
those
too, yeah.
videotapes. Steve Sabo.
Yep. I miss those old films, Ray.
Yep.
But thinking about past football and new football, there's such a different contrast of how football has changed. And the history, we're talking about history of football. When you talk about it, one of the teams that I feel sorry for the team and I respect their fans are Cleveland Brown fans and their team. The Cleveland Browns have 6 NFL championships that don't count. Just
Yeah,
like
don't matter
Green Bay
at all.
Packer fans. Packer fans literally can say they're the only team to win 3 championships in a row, but it does not count.
Yep.
It
Now
counts.
Super Bowl era.
It does not count.
Well, it doesn't count for
I
I mean,
No,
it
no,
counts,
no,
but
it
it
counts.
does, you know.
It counts. It's just not Super Bowl era.
Right, and that's the deal about the NFL. Anything pre-Super Bowl, they do not count.
See, that's
No,
the difference
but you
between the NBA. The NBA accounts like
But
real.
you- but
Bill
you-
Russell had 11 rings. They're counting that.
Yeah, but that was NBA.
It
They don't
still
count
does
ABA stuff.
No, it still does count. It's just it's what you choose to acknowledge.
Well, I acknowledge it. I 100% acknowledge that the Green Bay Packers are the only team to win 3 championships in a row. The last NFL championship and the first 2 Super Bowls. I just wish the NFL would quit this Super Bowl era crap and go, you know what? We do have a 3-peat.
They can't do that.
Oh, I know
do
they
that
can't.
because-
I know they
because
can't.
if they do that, and
Vince Lombardi is a
what
top
would you
3 head
have to
coach
talk
of all
about?
time.
You understand the first 3 Super Bowls technically aren't Super Bowls.
Very correct,
They
Ray.
were the
I got
AFC,
another question.
they were the AFL and NFL championships.
Yep. What, Blake? What you got?
What college was Steve Atwater drafted from?
What college? By the way, D, Blake is bored and has a book of football trivia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, he's bored.
Yeah, he wanted to come on here and make me look bad. Steve Atwater, great player.
Steve Atwater.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Some
Arkansas.
Ivy League.
Arkansas.
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 Well, that.
Steve Atwater.
All right, here we go. But hold on. Here's for Blake.
Yeah,
What
that's
team, Blake? What team did Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones play on at the same time?
Arkansas State.
Nope.
No, not State.
Arkansas.
Nope.
Arkansas.
Was it Arkansas or Oklahoma?
It was
That was
Arkansas.
It was Oklahoma.
Arkansas.
It was Oklahoma.
It was Oklahoma.
Oklahoma or the
It was Oklahoma.
Think about it
Sooners?
for a second, because I remember Jimmy Johnson.
Hey, ask him this since he got a book of trivia. What school did Steve Young have an inheritance in and also attend for college?
Oh, that's easy.
Brigham Young.
That's easy.
you, baby.
That one's easy.
What quarterback started over Steve Young?
Hey, William, what quarterback started? Where at?
Jim McMahon.
Jim McMahon. Hey, look, Ray on his game today.
All right. What team drafted Steve Young?
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yes, sir.
Then he went to the USA.
There he, yep. Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
The
I got
icicle.
one for you.
All right, go ahead.
What was the final score of the Broncos Giants Super Bowl?
49. Damn.
I believe it's
39-20.
Yes.
39, yeah, 39. I said 49. I know it's that because the Broncos actually jumped out in one of them Super Bowls.
No, we
that
jumped
was
out against the Redskins.
That was against the Skins.
Against the Redskins, the first quarter it was 10-0. At the half, it was 35-10.
Yeah, and then we got absolutely demolished by the 49ers.
Who?
Yeah, we didn't have a chance against the 49ers.
What?
We've had some demoralizing losses in Super Bowl history.
Say it again. Say what team it was. Say his name.
The 49ers. Just like the Broncos are 0-3. I believe they're 0-3 in Super Bowls
Hey,
wearing this color.
hey,
We're in the orange stripe.
say what
Oh
you
my
want.
God! Y'all remember y'all played Seattle in 2014?
Yep.
Call us the
Oh my
49ers.
goodness!
But
Hey,
hey,
do you remember
guess
Seattle
what?
beat down?
You know what's funny, Armchair? You know what's funny? You know how many people respect the Patriots for their run and don't respect the 49ers, and they had a longer run winning than the Patriots?
Yeah, but I think the only reason that is so D is because
Because of Brady.
the Super Bowl. No, it's the Super Bowls. They had more Super Bowl wins than the Niners did in their run. And now again, different football, different time. The Niners, like when they played who was it? The Cincinnati Bengals?
No rule shuffling for Joe Montana.
No.
No.
I got a good one. This you should.
I mean, but you got to understand with New England Patriots, they literally had two different runs, two different dynasty runs. They had the same quarterback and the same coach, but it literally was two different dynasty runs.
My brother Ray, I'm listen, man, I'm 50, brother. I've been around a long time.
I'm 50 also.
Okay. So when I tell you the San Francisco
Yeah,
49ers run was, and you should know this, and you do know this, was
they
far
ruled-
more
they ruled the
impressive.
80s.
I've been answering the chat.
They ruled the 80s.
They ruled the 80s.
I had neck surgery in December, William.
I don't know if they ruled the 90s as much as
They ruled
As
the
much as Dallas
80s.
did.
I'm not
Dallas
gonna lie,
won the
Armchair.
Super Bowls.
All right, hold on. Blake's got a
They won the
question.
Super Bowls.
Blake's got a
They
question.
ruled the 90s as far as wins.
What
Go look it
Broncos
up.
nickname Snow Goose?
Do what?
The nickname Snow Goose.
Snow Goose.
I have no
What
idea.
player? Carl Mecklenburg.
Oh, this man brought up Carl Mecklenburg.
Again, D. Blake has got a book of football trivia to make us all feel whatever today. It's Friday the 13th, and Blake's having fun.
Hold
I'm
on.
gonna ask
Did
the old
you
man
just
question.
say snow goose?
Snow Goose.
Hold on, I'm gonna ask the old man question. Who was the reason why Barry Sanders spent his first 2 years of college on the bench?
I think that was Carl Mecklenburg, man.
Then Barry Sanders played Oklahoma State, right?
Who was the reason why Barry Sanders spent his first 2 years on the bench?
I don't know that one.
Don't know.
The answer is Thurman Thomas.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Thermal.
And we all remember the Boz. Y'all remember that debacle?
Oh, the Boz. Yeah,
The Boz.
Can't forget the Boz.
No. Call him by his right name, Bo Jackson's child.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Dude, hey, listen, my
Bo
dad and my
Jackson, the
brother.
greatest running back that never really happened.
No, Bo
Hey,
Jackson happened.
that's
Bo Jackson
Marcus
happened.
DeVries.
And
Bo Jackson and Marcus Allen definitely. Listen, I grew up in a
I
household.
understand.
Dude,
Look,
Marcus
I
Allen
grew up
was
in
a
that
dog,
same
man.
era.
I
understand.
didn't say era.
But
I didn't say
Bo
era.
Jackson
I said I
never
grew up in
really
a
happened.
household. I said I grew up in a household. I had one brother, my dad, both Raider fans. So I was forced to watch Raider football. I had to
I
sneak and
understand.
watch Niner
Look.
football.
Hey, one of my favorite running backs was Jim Brown.
And when I tell you this, I was front and center watching Bo Jackson run over Bosworth, running over and then running into the tunnel. I was front and center watching it. I was
Yeah,
this
exactly.
close.
Here's a trivia question. Here's a trivia question.
Running
What-
back tandems of all time.
What team drafted Kurt Warner?
Ooh,
Nobody.
wait a minute. I know that. Because they
Wasn't
cut
it
it.
the St. Louis Rams?
Nope.
No, it wasn't the Rams.
Wasn't Rams.
I believe it was the
Was
Seahawks.
it Green Bay?
Nope. Oh, no, Green Bay. Yes, you're correct. I heard Seahawks, but no, it was Green Bay.
It was Green Bay.
Green Bay Packers.
It was Green Bay.
I mean, there was some weird draft. Everybody down here knows that Atlanta drafted Brett Favre.
Brett Favre.
Yeah, that's right. Atlanta did draft Brett Favre.
He was cut in training camp.
He was bagging groceries and came back to the NFL.
Dude.
Hey, don't forget the Arena League. Hey, we got to put the props with the Arena League. He is what made the Arena League.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Iowa
That movie they did about his life was garbage, bro.
Iowa Barnstormers.
We can't forget the Arena League, man.
I played in that league, and that league is a fun league. It's just painful on the body.
Yeah.
I love the Arizona Rattlers were one of the best teams in that league.
Rattlers, yeah.
Dude.
Yo, man, have y'all seen this thing on
The San
on
Jose
internet?
Sabres,
It's I call it a CTE league, where these dudes are just running into each other.
What league is that?
Oh, where they just literally run straight at each
They
other.
run straight at each other.
Yeah, it's like a new thing going on.
And it's who goes down and
They have
It's
nothing
like
better
slap.
to do.
It's like power slap, but they run into
They
each other
have nothing
instead.
better to. Hey, they have nothing
That's
better
crazy.
to do, and they live on people like us watching that stuff and
Exactly.
talking about it.
Kim Scott.
Hey, does
Yeah,
anybody
yeah.
remember Steve Foley?
Who?
Remember Foley?
Steve Foley?
No.
You talking about? Wait, you talking about the quarterback who used to start for the Jets?
He played for the Broncos.
He got a Broncos trivia book. That's what he
Yeah,
got.
I know.
Yeah. All right. Well, he's got a Broncos trivia book. Then what team drafted Ed McCaffrey? Can he stay out of it?
Giants. The Giants.
Kenny's like, I know.
I got a better
That's
question.
funny.
What college
How
did
tall is
Ed
Steve
McCaffrey come out of?
McCaffrey?
What's up?
Hey,
How
What
tall
college
is
did
he?
Ed McCaffrey come out of?
here's a quick question. What did Ed McCaffrey do to himself to make him more efficient on the field?
What?
What is it, Ray?
He used to wear shoes 2 sizes too small and cut the front toe so he can get more grip onto the ground and be able to be more swift.
Yeah.
There you go.
What made him retire?
That hit?
The hit and age.
Yeah.
Broke his leg.
Hey,
Did he
look.
break his leg?
Look,
Yeah, it was a
I
very
ain't gonna lie.
it was a very
Ed
brutal
McCaffrey
hit.
had one of the best hits that best block hits that I've seen in Super Bowl history.
Number 80, Adam McCaffrey.
When he took out I forgot what his name for Green Bay, and he had to point at him while he took him out.
That game we were not supposed to win against the defending
Oh, no,
Super Bowl
we weren't.
champions, the Green Bay Packers.
I get nightmares.
What
You
team?
understand?
No, you weren't supposed
We,
to
we
win.
broke we broke the streak. It was literally 14 straight years of NFC.
The NFC won.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's right.
And we
Hey,
broke the streak.
what team did Ed McCaffrey win his first Super Bowl with, though?
49ers.
There it is. Always remember that. We're your daddy.
Well, it was the same team that Bill Romanowski won his first Super Bowl with.
We literally took your offensive coordinator and made her our head coach.
And we took the middle linebacker, and we took the wide receiver.
Always remember, Denver, you need us.
Hey, D, look, we took them back then, and now we have, two, Hufunga, so hopefully, the history repeats itself.
Again, always remember, you need us to show you how to win.
We had a better running game than y'all did.
Win.
Let me throw as great as Roger Craig was. No running back had a 4-year stretch as great as TD.
Okay, TD was great, but let me tell you something. Let me finish.
Jackson, they may have that much in cap space, brother, but they're coming up on some hard times real quick with the Seahawks.
Yeah, they gotta pay a lot of defensive players.
And
You got the great Jerry Rice.
Hold. TD
When you got the
TD
great
left.
Jerry Rice.
TD left, we had Clinton Portis. Clinton Portis left, we had Landis Gary.
Ray.
Landis Gary left, we had Mike
Ray.
Anderson.
Ray, come on, man.
Hey, I like Clinton Portis, man. He was a good running back.
Yeah, Glenn Horace was a dog. He's good.
But he was part of that trade for Champ Bailey.
But
Yes.
when I say this,
One of the best trades of all time.
when I say this, you can talk about your running backs, but we had the best player in football history, Jerry Rice.
Yeah,
Yeah, hey, D, we had him too.
Nobody takes that away
He
from Jerry
never played
Rice.
it down. He hardly ever played it down for you.
It don't matter, but we had him too.
We had the great underrated John Taylor. The other one who should be in the Hall of Fame but gets no respect, Brent Jones. So the pieces that we had, you didn't need a great running game.
Well, when you look, here's the thing, D, and I think D might agree with me on this one.
John Taylor.
Hold on. Who was the better tight end, Brent Jones or Shannon Sharp?
Shannon Sharp.
Charlie Sharp was a better athlete.
Hold on. So you telling you about to find a way to make Brent Jones into a better tight end than Shannon Sharp?
I'm gonna find a way to do anything better. Find a way to do anything better than Shannon Sharp.
That's crazy.
Wait. Hold on. Wait. Everybody stop. Why, Ray?
You think Brent Jones was a better tight end than Shannon Sharp?
Ray, I asked a question. You answering a question with a question. I asked you why. Why can't I make Brent Jones better than Shannon Sharp? What makes me not be able to do that?
Well, imagination can do everything.
No. See, you're not giving me anything.
Imaginations
See what
can
you're
do
doing?
everything.
See what
I'm
you're
like,
doing?
look.
Hey, but I can drop facts on you, and you ain't gonna like it. You ain't gonna like it.
That's
You
crazy.
can drop some facts, but I can throw the same facts back at you.
Throw the facts at me then. If you ready, throw them.
Hold on. Before you guys go into a head battle,
That's what I thought. Hold on, Armchair. These dudes be popping off at the mouth, man. And I'm a listen, dude. First of all, let's say, look, they be popping off at the mouth on here, man. And I don't be saying.
actually, you know what? I have a legitimate question for D, and you can only give me one answer, just one. Okay. What was your favorite 49ers play of all time?
My favorite 49ers play
Yes.
was the pass play that they used to use, which was often with Jerry Rice, was the post down the middle of the field.
Okay. Mine actually is the one where Steve Young gets his helmet knocked off and still bounces around and runs up the middle of the field.
Against the Rams. That was against the Rams. He actually scored on that play.
Hey, my favorite 49ers play is Terrell Owens catching it on the 1 yard line, getting smacked by 3 defenders and running the end zone with it.
All right, that's a good one.
When did Terrell Owens do that?
When he won the divisional. When he won the divisional, they threw it at him in the last second, and he won the division. He took a blow, and he was
You talking about against the Giants where he got knocked on his butt in the end zone?
Yes.
Well, and the play that I remember more than that is when
That was actually the play that made what's the name? That made him. That Terrell Owens. That's the play that everybody all of a sudden they noticed who Terrell Owens was.
I remember I used to have the Terrell Owens shoes, the Nikes, the Terrell Owens.
I'm amazed D didn't say the catch against the Dallas Cowboys.
No, that's too easy. That's low.
Catch is too easy.
That's what I wanted to know. It's like, okay, one of my favorite Bronco plays of all time is the helicopter hit with John Elway.
If you really want to know,
Well, see that one is too easy.
If you want to know one of my favorite plays of all time,
My favorite play of all
I didn't know what you meant. My favorite play of all time would have been the game-winning catch in the Super Bowl to John Taylor.
All right, hold on, guys. You are talking all over each other, and I can't understand y'all.
I like how Steve
I
Atwater
caused
used to
something,
hit.
and I'm sorry.
Yeah, the Steve Atwater hit on what's the name? Barry
Okoye.
Word. Christian Okoye. That was the best. That was the best play of all
What
time.
about the Steve Atwater hit on Jerry Rice where he bounced off of it and scored?
But Steve Atwater used to crack. I got a question for the Niner fans. Because I was like,
only
he was
one.
a little older in my time, but I went to go watch his highlights. He was good. Who fumbled the ball in the playoff game on the punt versus the Giants?
His name was Kyle Williams, and I hate him.
Yep.
You know why? You know why? And David, this is why, because I did special
Do you
teams,
think the
and I
Eagles,
coached-
Seahawks,
and I
Chiefs
told
in the
you,
last
and the
5
one thing
years
that
were
you
the
learn
worst?
in special teams is that when
Oh,
it's
oh,
raining, especially on a punt, you do
Diego,
not
how
get
can the
show.
Chiefs, in the last 5 years, the Chiefs, Seahawks, and Eagles have both won Super Bowls? How can they be the worst teams?
I think he's talking about their fan base.
If you're talking about fan base, fine, I'll agree with you. But teams in the last 5 years, all 3 of those teams won Super Bowls.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this
we
guy's
got
back
another
in.
one.
Hey, man, get him all
You
off the
dumb little
wheelchair.
monkey nigger. Nigger.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
You dumb little monkey boy.
Awesome.
Monkey.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah, it's just a troll.
Hey,
Yeah, we gotta watch who we put
Hey,
on.
so, hey, I got a quick question for D, right? Because we know you're a 49ers fan. So out of all the 49ers teams ever, one player, you can choose one player to come back and play on today's 49ers. Who would you choose?
Come on, man.
Jerry Rice, without a doubt.
Come on, yeah. Come on, man.
Jerry Rice, without a doubt.
Jerry Rice.
Why not Joe Montana?
Because Jerry Rice can catch from
No,
anybody.
Hey, Ray, you asked me.
You asked me.
I'm a football fan. What do you say?
Asked you.
Diego, I think it would be interesting if the Bears go to the Super Bowl to complete the 20-year cycle.
Hey, Chris, the answer to your question from my point of view is because I believe Brock Purdy get the ball to Jerry Rice, they would still have a great nucleus. While I would love to have Joe Montana back, but if you got Joe
You
Montana
all
back,
right?
Jerry Rice with these
Ishmael?
it wouldn't do a lick of good.
Well, hey, Martin, if the Broncos go to the Super Bowl, I'll be fine as long as they don't wear orange.
Hey, Armchair, same question to you. If you could choose any player off any Denver Broncos team ever to play on today's Broncos team, who would you choose?
Ed McCaffrey. Because he can catch a damn ball.
Why not Rod Smith? He can catch a ball.
I was a huge Ed McCaffrey fan. I like Rod Smith, but I was a huge Ed McCaffrey fan.
I mean, I can understand Ed McCaffrey because Ed
What about
McCaffrey
Lionel
is,
Taylor?
but Ed McCaffrey to me is you know, like he doesn't separate as much.
Mine would be Terrell Davis.
Mine would be Shannon Sharp because tight ends are a premium.
Yeah, but was Shannon Sharp a good blocking tight end?
No,
Yes, he was.
no, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
He could do it all.
I think you
Look,
just, hey, I
there's
think
no-
you got I think you just got a love fest for Shannon Sharp, but brother.
It's not that, dude. I'm like, you don't look. Was he grunt blocking? No, but he was a blocking. He could block. I'm like, look. If you're trying to compare him to Grunt, no, he wasn't. But if you're saying that he could block as a tight end, yes, he could block as a tight end.
Was he even Kittle blocking? Let's say that.
Yes.
No.
Okay, never mind.
Never mind, right?
Never mind.
Champ Bailey and PS2. Well, Martin, we have a good defense. I need to help somebody on my offense to catch a damn football. So you got Rod Smith. You got Shannon Sharp. You got, Ed McCaffrey. I mean,
Hey, so here's the thing, though, right? Because he said Shannon Sharp could block. So if Shannon Sharp could block, why did the Broncos have Byron Chamberlain and the other guy that were like 300 pounds that could play tackle for them at tight end most of the time?
What about Vance Johnson? Do you remember Vance Johnson?
I remember Vance Johnson.
I would have picked Vance Johnson over Ed McCaffrey. And I'll tell you why. Because Vance Johnson, man, was the staple at wide receiver for the Broncos for a long time. He was tight.
I mean, that's one of the three amigos, so we can always say that it's good. I mean, but we had a good list of good receivers with the Broncos.
Brandon Marshall was good until he left.
Brandon Marshall, the Demaryius Thomas. I mean, even Emmanuel, when he came over there, he was balling.
Yeah, it's a lot of guys, man, that I lost respect for over the years. And I'll tell you, Brandon Marshall, to me, Brandon Marshall was one of the biggest wastes of talent.
Well, he was a head case.
He was, especially after he left Denver.
Yeah, I mean, we got rid of him for a reason.
Well,
We got rid
Good
of
morning.
Cutler for a
Do you
reason.
remember what he did in training camp where they were throwing him the ball and he just batting it down on purpose
Yes.
in practice? He was
Yes.
batting him like they were throwing him the ball in practice and he would bat it down. And instead, he'd be wide open and he'd just bat the ball down to the ground.
I mean, he was one of those prima donnas.
Oh, absolutely,
Back
absolutely.
in the back in when.
And you know, talking about that, Ray, with Brandon Marshall, that's what worries me about all these Bronco fans saying we need to trade for AJ Brown.
That's what I'm saying. I would never trade for AJ Brown. I would never do that.
That's what I worry about. You know, everybody's like, oh,
I don't want George Pickens.
I don't want George Pickens either. I know we can't get Brandon Ayuk because D doesn't want Brandon Ayuk out of San Francisco.
Please take him. Please. I can't wait.
Everybody telling me that we need a number one receiver.
Hey,
What kind of receiver
can I share something with the
do
group real quick?
we really need?
Can I share something with the group real quick?
Go ahead, D.
Yesterday, man, I heard one of the most absurd things ever. Keyshawn Johnson got on a podcast
Oh gosh.
and basically blamed the Niners organization for what Brandon Ayuk did.
I heard about that.
I've heard about, but you gotta understand, Keyshawn is always gonna be a receiver apologist.
Wait a minute. Matt. I mean, Ray.
I didn't say he wasn't wrong.
No,
I didn't say he wasn't wrong. I'm just saying Keyshawn's always gonna be a receiver apologist.
He will.
I'm not getting on you. I'm not getting on you for saying that. I'm going to get on this. I'm on Keyshawn. Keyshawn, what would make you think that if a man could not recoup $27 million by saying, hey, this is what the organization did to me and this is why I went blank for so long, that if he had that to say, that he wouldn't be saying it by now?
Martin, the Jalen Waddle thing is still a possibility. The only problem is I don't know what Miami would want in compensation. I heard at the trade deadline they wanted a first-round pick plus. So did anything change from the trade deadline to now? I have not heard. But at the trade deadline, it was a first-round pick plus.
Well, hold on, Armchair. I'm still trying to wonder with this concept. Where has Jalen Waddle proved to me at any season that he played that he's a number one receiver?
I don't think he's worth a first-round draft pick, especially if you take his contract.
I'm not talking about trading for him. I'm talking about that he's a number one receiver. Everybody keeps saying that he's a number one receiver.
In contrast to what you got now, Ray, in contrast to what you got now,
He would be better than who we have now.
So you're saying that Jalen Waddle is a smarter player than Courtland Sutton?
No, he's
like Courtland Sutton is just butt cheeks, and that's so not so.
I didn't say he was butt cheeks, but Jalen Waddle was head shoulders above him.
yes, he is. He doesn't have the drop problems that Courtland Sutton has.
Courtland Sutton had one bad season of drop, and y'all want to throw him out with the baby water.
Ray, our whole entire team, our whole entire wide receiver core that I said going into the season, and it wasn't just 1 year, he also had problems with it last year as well.
Yep.
Were the worst wide receiver groups, and guess what? They just got ranked yesterday. The Denver Broncos tight end and wide receivers were ranked second to last in the NFL, only behind the Jacksonville Jaguars.
You can't be as bad as everybody says you were when you had absolutely no running game and you still only lost 3 games the whole season.
But Ray, but you're confusing it, man.
The offense has to come through somehow.
Hold on. But what they're saying is he has the opportunity to make the plays. You weren't making them. I watched some of the Denver games just because I started getting on with Armchair, and you guys were dropping passes that kid, Bo Nix, was laying passes that they were just blatantly dropping.
I'm gonna say one thing, bro. We know them rankings is full of shit, bro. Because ain't no way our wide receiver core is worse than the Raiders, worse than the Jets, Like, come on, bro. Like, they just going off the drops. Yeah, they had a bad season of drops. I understand.
How it factors in is they take the drops, the yardage lost, the touchdowns lost, the first downs lost, and how it affects the drive. Did you know that Bo Nix would have had close to 4,000 passing yards without the drops?
I understand that.
Do you know that? Hold on, I'm not done. He would have had 15 more touchdowns. He would have averaged 100 yards more per game.
Hey, by the way, did anybody report that dude that got on there talking stupid?
I have no idea.
I forgot what I'm saying. In hindsight, you taking our receiver core over the Raiders receiver core over the Jets receiver core.
I'm just telling you, when I went into this year and D was there with me and he heard me say it, our wide receiver core was our weakest area on the team.
He did say that.
And I stand by it. I mean, we got a rookie in Pat Bryant, who I think has talent.
I know what you're saying, right? But in all aspects of it, what they're saying is there was plays out there where y'all just would have been blowing teams out of the water.
But I understand that.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I read the report too. I've seen the same thing ARMCHAIR saying. But I'm just saying, if we picking a team with a wide receiver core, you're no way you taking a wide receiver core over the Raiders.
I'm not saying that, brother. I'm not saying that at all. I don't care about the Raiders. The Raiders have plenty of problems on their own.
I'm taking us before Cleveland.
Hey, I'm gonna make you laugh a little bit. You see, right? We don't know what the Raiders wide receiver core to be because Geno Smith was too busy throwing to the other team.
There you go.
That's my point.
Truth be told, I'm taking our receiver core over Baltimore.
I don't know about that.
You would take. Hold up. You would take Troy Franklin over Zay Flower.
I don't know about that. Come on, Ray. I think Ray, you better do that.
So what you telling me? Zay Flowers alone just trumps every single person in our receiver core.
I didn't say everybody. I said you would take Troy Franklin over Zay Flower.
Hey, bro, who's in y'all's receiver core that you would say right now? Hey, who's in your receiver core right now that you would say you can't do without?
Right now, look, I can't. What's the name? Sutton. Sutton has been up now.
You can do without him.
Okay, look. Y'all know. Hold on. Y'all know I'm a diehard Denver Bronco fan, but I keep it real. Sutton is a number one on our team. He's a number 2 or number 3 on multiple other teams.
Let me ask this question.
Like who?
Let me ask this question to you, right? If right now the NFL said, you know what, y'all let Sutton go to any team in the NFL, and we will make sure you are able to draft Carnell Tate and what's the other kid, Jordan Tyson, in his place. You keeping him. You're keeping Sutton over those two.
All right, see, hold on. C. Wright. See, hold on. I'm going to answer C. Wright's question. Hold on. Put Cortland Sutton on Dallas. Where is he?
He's a number 2.
He's a number 3.
He'd be a 3 on that team with the way that team is constructed right now. He'd be a 3.
He'd be a number 3.
He'd be number 3 if Pickens is still there. But why would you put
that's why I said,
Cortland Sutton on that?
Well, Ray, that's what C. Wright asked me. That's it. I was answering C. Wright's question. What team?
That question was kind of stupid.
No, I didn't
That
ask no
question was
question. That
kind
was
of
somebody else. I
Oh.
didn't ask no question, but I'm just.
Hey, so here's something about that, right? Because I follow Troy Franklin on social media, and he put on the social media that he's in the gym getting strong. He wants to add 15 pounds and he admits that if he was a little heavier, because he's a smaller guy.
He is.
He's trying to add 15 more pounds in the offseason, so that way when he goes over the middle of the field, he ain't gonna have those drops next year. So he knows. And he's working
The problem
on his
is
game.
adding the 15 pounds. How much speed will he lose?
Probably about 0.2 seconds.
We compared the number 1 receiver on Baltimore to our number 2 receiver in like, come on, like you taking Troy Franklin over DeAndre Hopkins any day of the week right now.
Yes, Hopkins is a shell of himself.
Yeah, D Hop is. But look how long D Hop has been in the league.
Yeah, D Hopkins is a shell. Come on now.
Yeah, you can't do that. You got to go with somebody younger. Come on. Troy Franklin's only been in the league 2 years. D-Hop's been in the league since it was founded in 1920.
Listen.
Okay,
Yeah.
you taking him over Rashad Bateman. You taking him over Rashad Bateman.
Yes.
No, I'm taking it.
Yes.
Let's see here. I'm interested in making a purchase of some of your...
Answering my question honestly.
I will take him over Rashard Bateman. Rashard Bateman.
Most people would have read from
Look.
that question.
Look. What's the name? Franklin and Bryant have time to up themselves. They're like Franklin's just getting out of his second year. Bryant's just getting out of his first year. You know what I'm saying? They can become better. Rashard Bateman is who he is.
Okay. Hold on. No, wait a minute, D. Wait a minute. I'm going to agree with this take. I am going to agree with this take.
Same receiver for the last 5 years.
Hold on. I'm going to agree with this take, Ray. I'm going to agree with you. You have time. They have time to develop. Troy Franklin's going to his third year. Pat Bryant's going to his second year. Hold on. But you have a quarterback. Hold on.
To end up being the number one receiver.
Right. But you have a quarterback that is in a rookie deal.
Exactly.
Who has performed very well over his first 2 years. And it's always been said, especially now in modern NFL, you want to try to have a Super Bowl appearance or a win in a quarterback's rookie deal time. So as Troy Franklin improves, Pat Bryant improves, you've only got Cortland Sutton, who's your veteran. Why would it be a bad idea to go out? I'm not advocating for trading for Waddle at all because I think they want way too much. But why is it a bad idea to go get another true veteran number 2 to also bolster up that wide receiver room, have another veteran presence to help Bryant, to help Franklin, as they are the number 3s in the slot?
I have no problem with that. You heard me from the mid season when we started talking about free agent receivers because Bo Nix has a legitimate deep ball. I think they should go after Romeo Doubs.
I would like.
Romeo Doubs is out of the question. He's not the person that we want him to be. I'm like, who said that? I think Romeo Doubs could be phenomenal.
He's a free agent, isn't he?
Yes, he'll be a free agent.
Let me look.
But can Romeo Doubs be phenomenal that when he's because I watched Romeo Doubs in these playoffs and he gets in the playoffs with Green Bay, but he never extends to his.
Did he not catch a touchdown with against Chicago?
Yeah. He caught one touchdown against Chicago.
I mean, how many?
All right, so Dobbs' projected market availability is $12 million.
Concentrate on Romeo Doubs. He throws all over the place.
First of all, you ain't gonna find nobody that says Jordan Love is one of the more overrated quarterbacks in the NFL. He gets way too much love for the production.
His name is Love.
Hey! Put some respect on Dude Love's name, D. Come on, that's brother love out there, man. That's brother love.
I can't necessarily call a quarterback overrated when he puts his team in the playoffs. I'm like,
I believe in 2024, the Green Bay Packers had a drop.
When I mean put his team in the playoffs, I mean consistently.
Wait a minute, hold it back.
I can't necessarily call you overrated when you consistently put your team in the playoffs.
1 second. Then why is my quarterback get ridiculed and get all of this?
Hold on, D. Hold up.
I've never really
Your quarterback don't get the level of hate that my quarterback gets.
No, yes it does. My quarterback has been continuously called a system quarterback. He needs these people to do this. He needs these people to do that. And he's consistently proven that point.
And hold on, D. I would tell you the reason mainly because of this season, because they put in Mac Jones and the team didn't skip a beat.
No, the team skipped a beat. Just people that don't know football didn't recognize the team was skipping a beat. Because Mac Jones was one read. And if he didn't have the one read, he got sacked.
But win-loss wise, they weren't really skipping a beat.
No, no, well, that was due to Kyle Shanahan and Christian McCaffrey being healthy. But again, you can tell me that Mac Jones looked like Brock Purdy on that field as a real football fan.
No, I love Purdy, D, and you know that.
I'm not saying that. Look, come on, man. We none of us stupid, but system-wise, they're winning. So I'm like, it looks.
But it's a
I mean, from a microscopic eye, yes, yes, we know the drill. But if you're looking from the outside in, from a distance, it looks like, hey, you know what, Matt Jones is putting up the numbers that Brock Purdy was putting up.
He really was not. He really was not.
I mean, it didn't look like it was a huge drop off. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, so here's a take for you, right? Because you just said a veteran leader, like to help develop these younger guys, right? So everyone's talking about Jalen Waddle like he's this whatever, man. Like, I don't think the Dolphins are going to move off him, and I don't think we should give him things. But when we go to free agency, why don't we sign someone? I know he's not the player he used to be, and he may not be that guy anymore. But why can't we go sign someone like Mike Evans?
I've been screaming for him to sign Mike Evans.
Mike Evans is still that guy. Mike Evans is still producing.
I like him.
I've been saying it for the past 2 weeks that we need to sign Mike Evans.
Now, I'm going to say this, bro. The drop problems can be fixed. It happened in Green Bay. They ran it back with the same unit this year, and they had a bunch of drops in 2024. Now, if they had problems getting separation, then I'll be there with y'all. Like, but the drop problem can be fixed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, drop these don't necessarily happen year after year after year after year.
And our receivers don't have a separation problem because
us Bronco fans, we remember that year that Rod Smith was the most dropping receiver in all of NFL.
Okay.
Then the next year he became that dude.
Okay, I have a question for all y'all that's saying this. The drops can be. Let's say Denver does nothing with the wide receiving core. They keep the same wide receiver. They keep them. Now hear me out on this. They keep the same wide receiver core, and the receivers go out there and do the same thing. Are y'all gonna stand on those receivers next year?
I'm not standing on. I know this question.
But I'm not. Hey, Armchair, you're not the one that said it.
Okay, I was about to say, like, D, come on, my brother.
I'm just not against letting our young receivers develop and bringing somebody in and step on their toes. They got to develop. How they gonna develop?
That's what I want, see, right? No, I'm not. Okay, see, hold on. I'm not advocating for Franklin to be released or Pat Bryant to be released. I'm not advocating for that at all. I'm with Chris on this one. I've been screaming at the mountaintops for the last 2 weeks that the Broncos need to sign Mike Evans.
Most of those lights in the downstairs.
I mean, he's only going to cost you around 10 to 13 mil a year. You sign him on a 2-year deal. And I've been the one that say we need more veteran presence in that wide receiver room.
But just to go with what C-Wright said, right? I'm just saying, man, like, so Sean Payton has took a gamble on these young guys because he wants to develop these young guys. And he said that the drop problems can be fixed, yes. But he said, are they creating separation? If you watch our receivers this year, we didn't have a problem separating from the corners. Franklin was getting behind defenses all year. He just couldn't catch the ball on a consistent basis. Pat Bryant, the same way, was getting open. He couldn't catch the ball. You know what I'm saying? So the drop problems can be fixed. And I agree with you. Like, we should let these young guys develop. But why, if we already have Sutton, like from what I'm reading, Cortland Sutton is going to be out of Denver this year. So that means no veterans. So why not sign him Mike Evans?
Okay, time out. See, Chris, you're reading the same thing I'm reading about that post he did on Instagram, right?
Where where they're gonna cut him.
Okay.
X or whatever it is now.
We just extended him.
Yes.
We literally just gave Cortland Sutton an extension. The only way he's out of Denver is via trade. You're not releasing him.
And the Broncos were trying to trade him last offseason.
Now that I do know.
Like, they were trying to trade him, and nobody offered what Denver wanted for him because Denver was asking the same thing that Miami's asked for. They were asking it too much.
They were asking for a 1+.
Yeah, like they were asking for, you know what I'm saying? So,
can I get an answer to that question that I asked?
What question?
That if Denver stays pat with the wide receivers they got, and they have the same problems, are you guys then you're gonna be like you're riding with those receivers no matter what?
Can I
I'm
answer
talking
that
to you,
question?
right? I'm talking to Chris.
Yeah,
I'm talking to
I'm sticking with my young guys.
I'm
Dave.
right.
Even if they have the same problem this year,
Yes,
I see.
give us those facts.
I don't see them having that same
I
problem.
say we stay with them because they develop.
Hold on.
Guys, do it one. Okay, hold on. We're gonna do this one at a time. We're gonna do this. We're gonna answer this question at one at a time so that nobody's talking over each other. Chris, go first.
If they have the same issues this year that they had last year, going into the following year, I'm still riding with them because they're young and if they're under contract. So as long as they're under contract and they're still on those rookie deals, riding with them the whole time.
All right, Ray, go ahead.
I'm gonna say I have no problem with sticking with them because we're going to enhance the running game, which is going to open up the passing game.
All right, C. Right, go ahead.
Yes, I'm sticking with my young guys. I'm riding with my
Even
young
if they have the
guys.
same problem.
All right, hold on.
Develop them.
All right, David, go ahead.
Sticking with them, they gotta develop. You can't just change right away because then they get better, and then they go somewhere else, and then they shine. It's because they develop there. I mean, time to develop. It happens all the time. They go somewhere else, and then they're like, "Damn, they're killing you."
Hey, David, how come they didn't develop to where they were at least cutting the drops in half during the course of the season?
Now, okay, D. Now I'm gonna stick up for my guys here. They did fire the Broncos did fire their pass coordinator, right? Their receiver coordinator, and hired somebody else.
They haven't hired no one yet.
I guess the Chiefs have hired DeMarco Murray as a running backs coach.
This is what I'll tell you right now. You want to know how you fix the drop problems? Do what they did in the replacements and go get a jar and stick them.
So, so just to answer your question, man, like, so these guys are all professionals at this point, right? Because they're all in the NFL because they're drafted, right? So when they go on their social media pages and they say, hey, I'm going to try to add 15 pounds because I know I had an issue over the middle of the field with drop passes last year. That's him spotting his own problems, saying, I'm going to fix this now. So that's him working on, right?
Chris, let me help you with that. That's him saying I was scared to go over the middle and get hit.
Oh yeah, he was little.
Well, that wasn't him saying he was scared. That's him saying, hey, I got hit over the
If
middle
I got,
because I
hey,
wasn't
listen,
big
if
enough.
I gotta put on 50, if I'm putting on 15 pounds of muscle, I'm trying to put on 15 pounds of muscle. That means I'm trying to absorb a hit. That means that when I was coming across the middle, now I'm afraid to get hit.
But why do we want to give up on a rookie and a second-year player so fast?
But I'm not saying to give up on them.
I'm not saying give up. I'm saying show me where a receiver that had the dropsies 1 year, the very next year had the same type of dropsies.
I can show you several, but that you.
Look, you said you can show me several, so show me.
Well, you got BTJ with the
Brandon Ayuk didn't come into his own until his last 2 years of this contract. He had drop problems. Listen, that's just one that everybody thinks is this grand this grand wide receiver. That was one. And I'm just gonna give you from a Niners perspective. I've had several guys that have came into the Niners organization that play wide receiver, and they've just fizzled out and can't catch the ball. So look,
guys, everyone can't be Randy Moss and Larry Fitzgerald with like 4 drops their whole careers. Okay, come on, man.
I hope you guys don't think I'm saying for us to cut them because I'm not. I'm just saying I would like another veteran presence.
Yeah, I can add a play.
But if we
add a player
armchair,
help that.
bringing in what's name, bringing in Mike Evans is literally kicking Courtney Sutherland out the door. That's literally what you're trying to do.
How is that kicking Sutton out the door? How are we kicking Sutton out the door?
That's literally what you're trying to do. You said you wanted veteran cleat.
You're not saying it, but it sounds
I say
like
he's
it.
been there for 7 years. What more veteran than you want?
What is his numbers? While we talking about, hold on, I'll look it up. You guys keep talking.
I don't see how that's me saying I'm kicking him out the door. I've got a quarterback that can move my team up and down the field, right? But my quarterback can't trust his wide receivers. Any of them. Sutton, Franklin, Bryant. He can't trust them.
The man in 2 years has the best stats of any quarterback.
I got
What
that.
are you talking
But how
about?
better would his stats be?
Oh my Lord.
That's what I'm trying to. All right, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Do you remember the Buffalo Bill games the year before last, where we went into Buffalo and got spanked?
Yes.
Okay, why did we lose that game?
We were just overmatched.
No, that is not why we lost that
started
game.
off strong. We started off 7-0.
That's not why we lost. Yeah, we started off 7-0, and then our wide receivers forgot how to catch footballs.
How many years has Courtland Sutton been in the NFL?
I believe 7.
Let's see, 31.
Maybe 8.
7, I believe.
He's been 7 years. So let me read this to you. In 7 years, I just want to read this to you, and you tell me if this is number 1 receiver or this is number 2 receiver. 7 years in the NFL.
I'm not sure what it is.
No, hold on.
What's
Man.
that 3?
Hold on. He has 453 receptions. He's been targeted 770 times. He's 6,357 yards. He averages 14 yards a catch. He's got 39 touchdowns. He's got a long of 70. And he drops on average, he drops about 2 passes a game on the average.
Where did you see that stat that he drops 2 passes a game?
Well, brother, you can look it up yourself. That's what that PFF is for.
I'm just saying, where did you find that stat?
PFF, Pro Football Focus.
PFF.
Pro Football Focus, they do nothing but spend time breaking everything you can think of down.
They break all the things. Down.
Hey, D, you look at the stats of me. Yes, he averages 2 drops a game. But go look at Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. I guarantee they average 2 drops a game.
They're neither one of them are playing for the Broncos. We're talking about you guys were on your team. Neither one of them.
I mean, out of that 7 seasons, he was down a whole season.
Also, he had Russell Wilson to deal with.
Exactly. He had some BS quarterback throwing to him.
I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not. And it seems like people think that. I'm just trying to find a player that can help my team. The whole object of the whole object for an NFL team is at the end of the year holding up the Lombardi. That's the object of every team. I can't be a fanboy and go, well, I like this guy. Yeah, he's got this problem, that problem, but I really like him, so, I'm not going to bring in help. I can't do that. It's the same thing with Evan Ingram. I like Evan Ingram, but if he's not helping my team, he's wasting a roster spot and he's wasting cap money. The whole object for the NFL is to build a roster to win a Super Bowl. That is everybody's goal starting the league year.
I just want to put this out there. Like, yes, the goal is to hoist the Lombardi Trophy, but this year, yes, I understand that we struggle with drops, and we're number 2 in the league in drops, but that's not what cost us the chance to the Lombardi Trophy.
No, injuries did. Injuries did.
Play calling is what.
So if you have one position to pick, if you're going to pick a running back or a receiver in this free agency, which one you going for?
Running back?
Oh, running back all day. All day.
Ray, now you contradicting yourself. You said
No, I said we needed a running. I just said we need. I literally said I wanted the same receiving core, but we need a running game to offset the receiving core.
Yeah, Ray did say that. I did hear him say that.
That's what I'm thinking.
All right, so I read something interesting talking about the running back free agency. Now, I have no chance ever seeing this happen, but PFF, PFT, and Fox and them are saying that the Denver Broncos should push hard on signing Kenneth Walker.
See, I just don't know.
I don't think he's leaving Seattle number
Showed
one.
up in the playoffs.
Hey,
Yeah,
isn't
Yeah,
he
you know,
better
Kenneth
than
Walker
what you
didn't
got
really take
now?
off towards the end of the
Is
season.
Kenneth Walker better than what you have there now? That's the question.
Gotta get home.
Is Kenneth Walker better than what you have there now?
Yes.
He is.
There you
Yeah.
go. There's your answer.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying, I prefer a running back that I believe can play all four down.
So are we looking at Brees Hall?
Hey, Ray. Name me one running back in the league. It's maybe one or two in the league right now that can play all four now.
Jimmy Gibbs, that's about it.
All right, okay. Would you? Oh, here you go. Here's a player, but you would have to trade for him. Montgomery out of Detroit. Timmy, trust me. I don't think K9 is even leaving Seattle.
No, I told you who I wanted, Armchair. I told you who I want. I want Tyler Algier, a person who can run straight down the middle and doesn't fumble the ball.
Tyler Algier?
Well, I don't know if you want Tyler Algier outside. You've been playing in that dome.
Tyler Algier played in Utah.
Yeah, in college. And then his whole pro career, he's been playing inside of a dome.
That doesn't mean he can't play in the what's name on grass. That doesn't mean he played grass. Kenneth Walker's been playing his whole career on turf.
Hey,
so
Ray,
I mean, what does that say?
You have the capability. You have the capability to look this stuff up. You can. Probably what you want to do before you go all in on Tyler Algier. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but before you go in as a fan on Tyler Algier, go look at his averages from inside from when he was in the dome to when he played outside. See differences in the games.
I don't think Jacksonville is bringing back 10. Tyler Algier, his market value is $1.8 million per year.
That's pretty, and that's decent. That's decent.
Travis Etienne.
He's going to want a lot more than that.
Well, these are just market value availability, right? Travis Etienne is 6.8 per year. Let's see here. Rico Dowdle is 6.5. Brees Hall is 10.3. Kenneth Walker is 9. Let's see.
Can I say this? I don't care why you're saying that. If I'm the Denver Broncos, I'm not getting any of these guys in the NFL at running back. I'm going to go young, and I'm going to just wait until the third round because I know I'm going to get this guy. I'm going to
one of the Penn State running backs.
No, Jadorian Price out of Notre Dame.
That's who I said.
Well, and I would kill the league.
Hey, hold on, D. Just to counter you real quick. You said get one of these young guys, right? And I agree, young, right? But we can sign Brees Hall, who's been in the league for 4 years now, and the kid's only 20. He's only 24 years old.
Brees Hall is 24. He's been in the league for 4 years.
Yes.
I don't think that's possible.
Brees Hall's only 24, bud.
Hasn't he had a severe injury already?
Yeah, he's had an ACL tear.
And his market value is 10.3.
But that was in his second year, so he's going to.
Hey, I'm glad you're a Cowboys fan. I really hope they turn that defense right around.
I still take that in consideration, though.
Hold on.
ACL tear is ACL tear.
Hold on a second. Brees Hall. Dude, how come? Damn. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he's not going to show up on their active roster because he's a free agent.
No, he's on the active roster. He showed up. So for a career, Brees Hall, 755 carries, 3,398 yards, 4.5 average per carry, 18 touchdowns, a long of 83, and he has 188 receptions out in the backfield, 1,600 yards receiving, 9 touchdowns receiving, and he's fumbled 11 times and only lost 5 of them. So, you know. And you're right, he's 24. He'll be 25 in May. You're right.
All right, you too.
But I'm taking that chance on a Brees Hall or a Travis Etienne because
But let me ask you, Chris, why are you taking that chance on a Brees Hall? What is
Thank you
Brees
for the
Hall
follow,
to
Brian. I
you
greatly
in
appreciate
his
that.
NFL
I'm
career
trying to.
that he would make you go give him a contract and bring him in and give him the keys to be the #1 ball carrier? And I'm not saying not to. I'm just asking you why, as a GM, would you do that?
Mine is his speed, is his catching
Boy,
ability.
y'all, hey, David, I thought your name was David. Now your name Chris?
But that's what I'm gonna do.
Why, Chris?
I'm just saying, I'm bringing Brees Hall in just because, like I said, I'm not saying that he's going to blow you off the charts, man, but he's got that breakaway speed. If he gets in the open field, he's gone. And our offensive line can prove. Our offense will prove that they can block enough for our run back to get those holes. Okay? And he also brings that dynamic in the back. You can line Brees Hall up in the slot or even as a wide receiver and still create that mismatch with corners and safeties that you can't with any other running back on our run. The only other running back in the NFL that I think that you can do that with is Christian McCaffrey. Only other running back. It's because the mismatches that this guy can create for your offense.
I disagree because there's a guy named with he got a great last name, by the way. Bijan Robinson. We can do that with him.
Yeah, but Bijan Robinson ain't going anywhere.
No time soon.
No, he said the only other running back. But I was just saying to that point. I agree with everything Chris is saying. I just need for Brees Hall. I don't know. And you know what, Chris, you may be right. Maybe a change of scenery with Brees Hall would be great for him. The stuff that I've seen from him with the Jets, and maybe it's just a Jets thing. It doesn't make me be like Brees Hall is, hey, go get Brees Hall. Like, I know Brees Hall is a talent. I'm not saying he's not, but I haven't seen that from Brees Hall. And maybe, like I said, maybe.
Well, this is my big question. Where was this whole love and this whole fan love of Travis Etienne? Show me the game where he just showed out this season.
Oh man, Travis had a great
lot of games.
Yeah.
Which
Travis
one?
had a great year.
Which one? Tell me what he did.
Oh, I'll pull it up. Hold on, pull it up.
Oh no, you should know it offhand.
So I'm guessing you guys.
You should know the game. That I don't say you don't.
Hey, so
I'm not saying the guard is verbatim, but you should know the game that he balled out.
I'm answering the question right now. Against the #1 overall defense, Houston Texans, if I'm not mistaken, Travis Etienne single-handedly tore that defense apart.
Yeah, I saw the designs last night of what the new project for the Broncos Stadium surrounding area is going to look like. I can't wait for the actual renderings of what the stadium is going to look like. I saw the plans. They're supposed to start construction in the first quarter of 2027. So I guess you guys are out on trading for David Montgomery.
No.
No. Look. We should never be in the concept where we need to trade for somebody.
What? Why not? Every team is in a place where they need to trade for somebody.
I'm talking. When I say trade for somebody, I'm not talking about trade for like an elite player. I'm talking about for just.
Would Montgomery's work in our system? That's the key factor.
When you're trading, you're doing plug and play.
I don't know, man, if I can agree with you, Ray, on that, because I remember the Niners being the #1 team in the NFL and then traded for Christian McCaffrey, and that just made them better.
Yeah, but
I don't want Pickens either. I think when it comes to Dallas, they're going to franchise tag him if they can't get a deal done.
I understand, and I just said that elite player. I understand, but David Montgomery is a very player. He's not an elite player.
But is David Montgomery better than who we have on our team?
Right, and I'm gonna say this. We don't know all how great David Montgomery.
Actually, to tell you the truth, what's his name? Dallas didn't look that bad until he got hurt.
I don't know. Somebody's got a lot of background noise.
Dobbins wasn't looking that bad until he got hurt.
But that's the thing, Ray. Dobbins is always getting hurt. He's always getting hurt. He gets hurt every year, and he doesn't get the 1-2 week injury. He gets the season-ending injury. He did look good, but then your best ability is your what?
Availability.
There it is. You can say, oh, we'll bring J.K. Dobbins back, but then okay, you get him to the 5th game, J.K. Dobbins is ripping it up, he's doing real good, and then he gets hurt for the season, and then where you at? You right back where you started from.
I'm just sorry. I just don't see David Montgomery as a 3 down back. I just don't see.
Well, David Montgomery will be 29. I'm going to tell you right now, Denver isn't going to run a 3 down back system. They're not going to run one running back every down. That's not what Sean Payton wants to do. He wants to have a rotation at back.
And I don't like that, because then I don't like that.
He doesn't want to have a bell cow back. No, that's not what he wants.
I would say he needs to go back to the New Orleans thing where he had what was the dude from Alabama that used to be
Ingram.
Ingram, and he already has Darren Sproles. He already has a Darren Sproles type.
Who?
What's the name? The rookie.
RJ Harvey.
He's a Darren Sproles type. He has very good hands out of the backfield.
Yeah, but RJ's got a problem that I really hope he fixes in the offseason. He bounces it out to the outside way too much.
I'm not talking about his.
Who is my favorite player? Who's my favorite NFL player? Oh,
that's a good one.
Let me think.
That's a good question.
I
know who mine is.
RJ's gonna fix that. There's little flashes that
I know mine.
between the tackles.
Now mine's is easy. I will say that mine's is John Elway, because John Elway was the reason why.
What's up, people? Well, he's not asking my favorite team player. He's asking my favorite NFL player.
That's what I'm saying. John Elway was the reason that I started playing football to begin with.
Mine's is Deion Sanders. That's me saying all the time.
What is his name?
Well, if he's saying all time, my favorite player all the time, Champ Bailey.
Mine's is still better than yours.
Trying to think of his name. He played for the Raiders. I always, when I get this question,
Bailey was better than Deion?
when I get this question, I always go blank with his name. But he played for the Raiders.
Ever played football? That's what I think.
You are out of your mind. You are out of your mind.
Ooh. Look.
Champ Bailey is nowhere near Deion.
I would tell you this. Champ Bailey was phenomenal, and I will never take anything. Champ Bailey is either top 2 or top 3 quarterback of all time. They changed offenses because of Deion.
What was his name? I like I said, I always get this question and I always forget his name.
Only dude in the NFL history that can shut down a quarter of the field.
Guys, he played for the. Hold on.
I know these gonna hate me.
Help me out here. I'm drawing a blank.
Hate me for saying this.
What's
I know
your
these hate me for
question?
this.
He played for the Raiders and he's a commentator on Fox NFL Good Sports.
Howie Long.
Howie Long, thank you.
Howie Long.
I always draw a blank when I get that question, but my favorite all-time player is Howie Long. I loved Howie Long with the Raiders and that Raider defense. I don't know why. I kind of like when I was in high school.
The third best corner of all time.
What? Who's
Because Champ Bailey to me is and Charles Woodson is number 2.
better than Deion? You have got to be joking, brother.
Who is the number 3?
Better than Brian.
He said those two were better than Deion.
I'm going to stay out of this conversation because I love you guys too much.
and this is what I will tell you.
Man, please.
Deion literally went to. Hold on, D. Let me finish this one.
Go ahead.
He literally went to a great team and made them even better and
Made us
changed their
dangerous.
whole philosophy and made them even better. Did you see how good San Fran became the second Deion stepped on that? And San Fran was already good already.
Well, let's see. He played for Atlanta, San Francisco, and Dallas.
Oh, he also
Hey,
played
you
for
say whatever you
Washington, and he played for the
want to,
Ravens.
and numbers don't lie, man. And if you look at it, Chan Bailey is the least targeted corner ever in the NFL.
No, that's a lie. Now you're lying. Deion Sanders was the least
Because of
targeted
his
corner in the history of the NFL.
because of his
Now
ability.
you're lying.
Because
You're
of his
lying
ability.
Now you're lying. Now you are lying.
No,
Because Deion
I'm
Sanders
not.
was the least targeted
I'm not.
corner in the NFL history. Oh, okay. Hey, I'll kill
No.
this right now. I'll kill this right now. Before Pat Surtain, the second won Defensive Player of the Year, who was the first corner to ever win that award and be considered as the MVP of the league?
Deion Sanders.
That's it. Period. Champ Bailey ain't never even smelt that award. He ain't even smelt it.
He came close, Demarius.
Actually, he should have won. He should have won Defensive Player of the Year. He had to take interceptions, and they gave it to whoever they gave it to. They screwed him out of the Defensive Player of the Year. Come on now.
Did he win?
I wouldn't say
Did he
screwed him.
win?
I wouldn't say screwed him. That's pretty harsh.
Hey, man.
Did he win?
You
Hey,
trying to make it seem like the person who
14 Pro
won.
Bowls.
They,
Dude, this dude. Oh my God. All right.
Deion Sanders.
You know what? Give me a second.
No.
Boy, please. Hey, it's good. Hey,
I love Deion. Here's the deal. Here's the deal about Deion that I hold on. Here's
how
the
many all-pros does each man have?
here's the thing I loved about Deion so much. He wasn't just a defensive player. Y'all remember him on the special teams?
Yes.
Man,
Look. I'm here. I was here in Atlanta. I was actually at the game that he hit a home run at, and my dad was at the game that weekend that he ran the touchdown back.
I mean, that's one thing I loved about Deion Primetime Sanders was his availability at other positions, especially kick and punt returner.
You could change the position and name it Deion. You can name the cornerback position Deion.
Deion is the kind of player, in my opinion, that you're never going to see again. I'm not saying in his position. I'm just saying in general. Deion is a player that you're never going to see again.
Okay, wait. Deion Sanders, 2-time Super Bowl champion. NFL Defensive Player, 6 times first team, all pro, 2 times.
See, right, brother, you got a lot of background noise, my man.
Okay.
You said 6-time all-pro?
6-time first team all pro, 2-time second team all pro.
All right, here's a question for you. This is a hypothetical question. We all know how good Deion is. Wait, if you were running a team, if you were running a team, would you want Deion to be your head coach? Now you're running an NFL team. Would you want him to be your head coach, defensive coordinator, or cornerback coach?
Cornerback coach.
You said he got what? You said he had how many?
Eight. He got eight.
He got 3 first team. He got 4 second team. Now,
I think I don't know if Deion ever makes the jump. I kind of hope he does. I would like to see Deion make the jump into the.
The problem is he wouldn't take anything less than
a head coach.
coaching job. Yeah, his ego won't let him take anything lower than that.
I would love to see him come in as a D coordinator first, than a head coach in the pros. But I do agree, he won't come in unless as a head coach.
Before he becomes a head coach in the pros, I would love for him to see if he can be a successful head coach at a place like Florida State or something like that. Something of a high quality college football team.
How do you think he would do in Miami?
Well, crystal ball ain't going nowhere.
Well, we're just throwing hypotheticals out here.
That's why I said Florida State.
All right, so we got him at Colorado, so he jumped up from where he was to Colorado.
Jackson State.
Let's think of what college teams could be looking at new head coaches next year. All right, I'm gonna throw one out there. Alabama.
Nah, they wouldn't let him because he get eaten up alive at Alabama. Like if you lose one game, they in your ass.
What makes y'all think Deion is this great coach though?
That's what I'm saying. Could he be? That's what this is the whole hypothetical. If we promote Deion to one of these big 5 schools, right? Like LSU, I'm just throwing names out there. LSU, Texas, Alabama, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Florida State, Miami, Notre Dame, these big schools. Could what Deion does for Colorado, would that transfer to these bigger schools? Because that would be the test to see if it would work in the NFL.
Well, I would say with him getting talent, if it was the old days, I would say yes, but this NIL is
That's what I was about to say too.
This NIL.
The NIL, y'all know my opinion on the NILs. It's ruining college football.
Well, the problem is with the NIL, it's just legal now, as opposed to what it was. Kids were getting paid. They weren't getting paid millions.
No, they were getting money, but not what they're getting now. And Dee knows this because him and I have had many conversations about this. The NIL and transfer portal is ruining college football.
But I can actually tell you a personal story from playing college football where players are getting paid before this. I can tell you personally that.
Okay, Dee, what college did you go
I
to?
don't exaggerate. Fresno State.
Fresno State.
And I can tell you that, like I said, personally, I know at least 4 players in college that were getting paid to play. And I'm talking
I think
about
the portal hurts more than the NIL.
The portal is absolutely brutal.
I think you should be allowed one jump.
I agree.
Hey Ray, I agree and differ with you at the same time. I think, man, for as far as parity and not because before the portal, the SEC was allowed to stockpile all the kids who just going to.
What's wrong with that though?
I think the portal.
Well, if it wasn't for the NIL and the trade, the portal, Indiana, we would have never heard about Indiana. Indiana would have never been anything.
And Armchair, what that was SEC. That's why the SEC is so pissed off now, because they were trying to create a super conference.
Well, I know that's why our boy at Alabama retired. That's why Saban retired.
When that started happening, when that happened, it made football. And listen, and that's the one thing. Like I said it again. I said it yesterday. I'm gonna say it again today. That's the one thing as a Niner fan that I respect more about this Seattle Seahawks Super Bowl team is that it was team.
It was a team game.
About this Indiana win, it's team and football to me as a guy that played it and I love it. I breathe it. I eat it. It's the ultimate team sport. Man.
Absolutely, it is.
In football when it comes to the team sport. So for me, I think the transfer portal is great. Why? Because you got all of these kids that sit behind these like great talent, but now they're able to go to different schools and showcase their talent, and this talent is all over now, and not just in one place.
You know what else I'm not a fan of is NIL deals.
But hold on though, Dee, about the transfer portal. One of the quarterbacks that I have been following big time is Sam Levitt out of Arizona State. He's not with Arizona State anymore.
I know. Where did he go?
I think he went to Ole Miss. No, he didn't go to LSU. I think he went to Ole Miss.
LSU.
What's the name way back?
LSU.
Trinidad's back in Ole Miss.
I do not. I don't think it was it LSU. I thought it was somebody else.
It's LSU.
Yes.
Is it?
LSU.
So LSU with Lane Kiffin. So did Sam Levitt do good in Arizona State?
He did.
He did. But now by him leaving to go to another school that's going to pay him more money in the transfer portal, I get what you're saying. You have kids that are behind players like Sam Levitt. But now this program in Arizona State is losing their starter because of the portal, and now they have to get a starter again. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All is fair, and I'm
But,
sorry,
I mean,
all is
but-
fair. I mean, that sucks for Arizona State, but at the same time, you know,
Thank you. I'd heard he went there and left. I'd never read if he signed at LSU. So everybody in the chats and everything, thank you so much for letting me know that.
and again, we don't know the relationship, because a lot of guys don't want to leave if they got great working relationships with their coaches. They stay there. Right?
Do we? Okay,
I
so
mean, some of them do. Some of them go for the fame and the glory, because
did it?
the SEC and the Big 12, they're all over TV. So if you got a chance to go to one of those schools, why wouldn't you do it?
Exactly. Why did all these kids before the NIL deal and transfer portals, why did they go to the big schools like Alabama, Florida, LSU, Oklahoma, and Ohio State? It was because they were on TV, and those programs were the ones that prepared them the most to make the money in pros. But we can't say that these kids are transferring not for the money, because look at what Carson Beck did. He transferred for Georgia to Miami for the money.
For the money.
He didn't transfer from Georgia to Miami because Miami was a better program.
Actually, well,
they end up being a better program.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
What's the
you can't
name
say
is?
that.
But
It ended up being a good move for him.
It did.
It ended up being a good move simply because Kirby Smart is too stupid to realize that Mike Bobo is butt cheeks.
And that, again, the working relationship. Normally when a guy's in a good system, like, you know, one thing I found funny, and I was like, man, that can't be true, but it may be true. They said that C.J. Carr at Notre Dame, this could be his last year at Notre Dame, that he may be looking to transfer out of Notre Dame. Because
Wow.
he doesn't exactly agree. He doesn't exactly agree with the offensive philosophy. So he may want to go somewhere where he feels like his talent is better used the way he wants it used. And that's a lot of reason why these kids go to different programs. It is money. Don't get me wrong, you guys are right. It is money. But these kids also look to go to a place where their talent is showcased at its highest ability.
So
I can honestly tell you, the kids from Duke that transferred from Duke to Miami, that was all money. That was all money.
is the NIL transfer portal, is it helping college football or is it hurting college football? Or is it a mixture of both?
But it makes it diverse.
I believe it helps, because look at what we're doing. College football is over. We're talking about it.
Well, yeah, because the NFL is over and we're still talking about it.
Right, and ARMCHAIR, and you're right, and that's what makes it such a dynamic product, right? No matter what, man, when you don't talk about baseball like this.
No.
You care less, right? You don't talk about basketball like this, because basketball is a horrible product.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Like this. You know what I'm saying? We don't even talk about the Olympic Games like this, but we talk football 24/7, 365 days a year.
I can tell you this, as an Alabama fan, I think LSU is going to be tough next year.
Hey Ray, I wish I was in the same room with you. I would give you a high five. Basketball's on. Absolutely.
And it's a horrible product because of two people and two people only. One was Seth Curry, two is Greg Popovich.
Okay, I'm going to be honest. And D knows this. I quit watching basketball when Rodman was gone, Jordan, Barkley, Bird. Once they left, so did I.
Listen, let me say something. Kobe Bryant said,
if the NFL goes to 18 games, they should allow a 60-man roster. That is something they are talking about. If the NFL gets this, if the NFL does get what they want with the union of an 18-game schedule with 2 bye weeks, they are talking about upping the rosters from 53 to 60 to 65, and they're talking about upping the game day rosters from 45. I'm hearing around the 50 to 55, somewhere in that range. That is what I'm hearing. That's why it's getting really hard, because now the NFL, once it gets approved by the owners, then they're going to have to go to the union.
This winter. That's coming. That's coming.
The union said they didn't want to have anything to do with 18.
Exactly. The union said that. But I'm going to tell you this right now.
BS goes a marathon.
I'm going to tell you this right now. If it is approved by the majority of the owners and they go to the union, I'm going to tell you exactly what the union's going to say. You want us to do this, because they're coming out publicly going, oh, we don't want this. We don't want this. But in the back rooms right now with the NFL, they're saying, you want this. That market share for our cap is going to go up. That is what will make it happen. If the market share for the players where they put in it where guaranteed money is higher, it's going to go up.
If it was like the NBA and it was a 50-50 split.
But see, and wait, you said something right about the NBA. Kobe Bryant said that AAU basketball, the way it's coached, and he said Steph Curry single-handedly is what is ruining the NBA, because
Well, that's
every
what
team wanted to
I
jack up.
said. Steph Curry.
What's up, Warchant?
Steph Curry because of the 3-point extravagant, and Steph and Greg Popovich because of the resting players.
Dude, the other night when the Lakers rested all of their starters,
Yes.
and the NBA allowed that, I was like, this is why your product is horrible. This is why during your playoffs, people would rather watch the NFL draft
We don't
than watch
talk
the playoff.
NBA on this channel.
Well, we're comparing it. We're comparing it. If we compare it, you've got to compare it, because I agree with you. That's what makes football talk shows and the football meaning college football, pro football, even the UFL. Right, even the UFL, which is a sport that I love, or a product that I love, makes it more talked about, because you don't have what happens in baseball, what happens in hockey, what happens in basketball, happen in the NFL.
Hey, by the way, Balake, I can talk about whatever I want to talk about. What you gonna do about it?
Oh man, don't get on them like that.
I can do a lot, but I'm not.
How would you save the draft to help teams stop Oh, okay. Here's the deal. They already have a thing in place, Zach, about teams supposedly tanking for the draft. The Miami Dolphins are the biggest ones that got caught doing it. So there's a lot of bad things that happen with Miami that you don't really hear everything about. You know, you hear about the coach, the former coach, suing Miami and the NFL, but when you look into it and why he's doing it or did it, it was also their collusion with Tom Brady, Sean Payton, but the owner was purposely tanking for the number 1 overall draft pick. That cost them draft picks and money. So there is rules in place that if the NFL finds out that teams are purposely tanking, you will be fined. The owner himself, not the team, the owner will be fined millions of dollars, and you can lose first, second, and third round draft picks. It's the same thing if you're consistently over the cap during the league year. There are rules set in place of what the NFL can enforce. So there are rules. There are rules about tanking. Now, have I ever seen a team purposely tank? Yes, I have. Have I seen them disciplined? Yes, I have.
NBA does that all the time.
So,
NBA's bad about that.
who?
The NBA is doing it right. Look at what Utah's doing.
Yep.
Right, but that's the NBA. That's not the NFL. I don't know the rules of the NBA. I don't know the collective bargaining agreement. I don't know any of that, and it really doesn't affect me because I can't stand their product.
I can can tell you right now, I agree and disagree with you both because I know for a fact that the Raiders down the stretch start tanking.
Right, to get Mendoza. To get Mendoza, supposedly, right? We all don't know, but we're just gonna say to get Mendoza.
Speaking of which, what did the Raiders do with Max Crosby?
Max Crosby's not going anywhere to my knowledge. I know it's a hope and a dream for Cowboy fans and other teams, but I don't see Crosby leaving the Raiders.
I don't understand why the Cowboys just don't go after Trey Hendricks.
Because of his age and injury problems. Trey Hendrickson has a more injury problem than what Max Crosby has. And when you look at what happened, especially this past year, he got that $30 million bonus, but he barely played and he was out majority of the year with a hip injury. So I'm not offering the guaranteed money that he wants if I don't have the availability. It's like Dee said, the best playability is availability. But, you know, Dallas has been tied to Crosby ever since the trade deadline of last year. So, and I was called somebody who was reporting fake news when it was actually true. Could the Cowboys, with the draft picks they have, trade for Max Crosby? Absolutely. They have the draft capital to do it. Not really the cap space yet, but they can make the cap space. Right?
This is the thing.
They're $31.5 million over.
Is Max Crosby the player that Dallas needs?
No, he's not.
From being a Super Bowl.
No, they need a defensive backfield. They need a defensive backfield.
Ouch.
And, you know, everybody gets on Dallas this year. I like Brian Schottenheimer. The only thing I think he did wrong, and I'm glad he fixed it, no way would I have been hiring Matt Eberflus as my defensive coordinator.
Well, hold on. Out of what they had to get, like what they were picking from last year.
I get it, but I still wouldn't have done it.
I mean, hindsight is 20/20, so.
So I'm interested to see what Dallas looks like this year. The deal with George Pickens, are they going to franchise tag him at $29 million? Are they going to give him a contract? Are they going to try to trade him if they franchise tag him? There's talks of them bringing back Javonte Williams as their running back for next year. Are they going to work on some of the areas on the offensive line? The defensive backfield is a major problem. Dallas needs corners and safeties like yesterday. They need that.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, why was Matt Eberflus was blamed for that trash that was put on the field? But
David Hammond.
It's like
He was blamed for that trash that was put on the field. But if you go look at it,
when he was with
the coach, he put great defenses on the field.
Let's see here.
Why he got escaped?
Well, Joe Burrow is a different kind of thing. The problem going on with Dallas is the same problem going on with the Bengals, right? The problem in Dallas is the same thing going on in Cincinnati. They have an offense, but no defense. You have a quarterback like Joe Burrow that 2 years ago was number one in touchdown passes, number one in passing yards, number one in fewest interceptions, but he wasn't an MVP, and his team did not go to the playoffs. Because no matter how many points that man scored, and he played all 2024, no matter how many points that man scored, and got his team to score, his defense let the other team go right down and score more. So when you look at Cincinnati, they're in the same boat. Their defense is horrible. They got a good offense. Look at Dallas. They have a good offense, horrible defense.
Hey, how come we didn't talk about this, that Jim Schwartz resigned?
Oh, in Cleveland?
Yeah, he resigned.
Because everybody knew it was going to happen because he didn't get the head coaching job. Everybody knew Jim Schwartz was going to resign.
But you know, no one can, you still know, you know, no one can sign him though.
Right, because they would have to trade a draft pick. It's the same thing of what happened with Sean Payton why that Bradley Chubb move with the Denver Broncos that year was so important, because it was that draft pick that we traded to the New Orleans Saints for Sean Payton.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with what's his name?
That's a guy that might be moved, that might help somebody's defense this offseason.
It's the same thing with the Steelers head coach. Nobody can sign him because he's still under contract with the Steelers. You would have to trade for him, even though it's his last year of his deal. You would have to Mike Tomlin. You can't go out and sign him. He's still under contract one more year with the Pittsburgh Steelers through 2026. So if you were to want him, you would have to trade for him.
I got a question on this one. On Mike Tomlin. Is Mike Tomlin a top 5 head coach of all time?
No.
I don't think I've ever seen a coach get traded before.
In my humble opinion.
Well, hold on, D. What did you just say about a coach getting traded?
I've never seen a coach get traded before.
It just happened 2 or 3 years ago.
John Gruden.
Yeah.
Sean Payton was traded. John Gruden was traded from the Raiders to the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
It's happened a lot. It's happened more than you think.
It's happened. Yeah, John Gruden was traded from the Raiders to the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Like, I was with you.
Do you
on
think
that
Gruden's
top
gonna get another
5,
shot at the NFL?
But when when James Harrison came out and said, I don't think he's that great because he doesn't have a family.
Zach Bolt.
Thank you for bringing that up. I want to tell you. Joey Porter came and said something about saying something to James Harris. James Harris, he asked, how could James Harris say that? He said because prior to Tomlin taking over that team, James Harris had been cut 3 times by Bill Cowher. That the fact that James Harris has the career that he has is due to Mike Tomlin. So he found it hard for him to say that. And then he brought up, he didn't even call Ben Roethlisberger. He called him number 7. He said, and number 7, with the amount of crap that he got away with, he said, we ain't even talk about that. He said,
he got away with.
Oh, yeah.
He should have never got away with that stuff in Georgia.
Yeah, he said, with the amount of stuff that he got away with, he said he shouldn't have been opening his mouth either. He said, unequivocally, if you look at these guys' career, if it hadn't been for Mike Tomlin, they would not be considered the Hall of Famers that they are today. And maybe Mike Tomlin don't have a coaching tree, but he damn sure has a tree of Hall of Fame players that he helped get there. So,
Yeah, but I don't think a coaching tree represents a best of all time.
He developed players. So and that's what you coach is the players. You don't coach coaches. You coach players.
Because even if you look at Bill Belichick, he really doesn't have a tremendous coaching tree, so to say.
He does have a tree, though.
But not.
He has a failed coaching tree.
Yeah, he does. He has a tree of coordinators, not head coaches.
They all failed. None of them made it as head coaches. None of them.
I mean, technically, Vrabel has.
But Vrabel wasn't under him as a coach.
No, Vrabel was under him as a player.
Not a coach.
He'll still say that he was a part of the tree.
What's up, Chester?
I don't think you can. See, because I mean, by how we speculate this. Now, let me say this: you call coach under your coaching tree. This means you coached under me for 3-4 years. Then as a coach under me for 3-4 years. Then you branched out. You became a head coach. Now I'm gonna tell you who has a successful coaching tree in the NFL: Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan.
Bill Parcells.
I'm talking about young guys.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute. We can't forget Bill Parcells. So, but yeah,
Bill Walsh had the most famous tree.
Bill Walsh had a great one. Yes, he did. Bill Walsh had a great. And that's the thing. Does Andy Reid have a successful coaching tree? I don't see it. I really don't.
Didn't have a successful coaching tree.
Andy Reid. But Andy Reid is a phenomenal head coach who has great coordinators. Now he has a very successful coordinator tree. But head coach, no. And there's nothing wrong with that. It goes all the way back to the thing of if you know you're a good coordinator and you fail at a head coach, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, Vance Joseph did not leave, and he's still a defensive coordinator. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I don't know why everybody thinks these coordinators have to propel to be a head coach. Now, I do understand why, because teams fire their head coaches all the time. But that doesn't necessarily... I mean, we don't know if Clint Kubiak's going to be a great head coach. He's a good offensive coordinator. We don't know if he's going to be a great head coach.
Correction. He was a good offensive coordinator for 1 year.
That's what I'm saying, good offensive coordinator.
He's had in 5 years, he's had 5 jobs at 5 different spots.
What's the other one out of L.A.? McVay's brother. Is Mike McVay? No, Mike LaFleur, right? Or is that, no? Who is it?
LaFleur. No, LaFleur brothers.
Yeah, what is his name in Arizona? Is it Mike LaFleur? McFleur?
Yeah, Mike.
Mike. So he's coming out of Sean McVay's coaching tree. We're going to have to wait and see how that works out in Arizona.
This is the crazy part. Do you know all those coaches that have been in the system of Atlanta at one time? And Atlanta never picked any of them up?
Yep. Well, look at Tony Dungy's tree.
That's crazy.
Tony Dungy had a good coaching tree. I mean, one of his coaches is still coaching today, even though everybody in Tampa says he needs to get fired.
Oh, Raheem. I mean, not Raheem, but I forgot what his name is.
Bernie Mac's little brother.
Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles was dead on Bernie Mac, bro. I promise you, Todd Bowles and Bernie Mac.
Well, I mean, I still think, even though old boy went to become a head coach at Jacksonville, I still think I like. Why did we get rid of old boy who was the coordinator before that?
Oh, before
Liam Cohen?
Byron Leftwich.
Oh, Brian Leftwich, yeah. I'm surprised Brian Leftwich hasn't been picked up by some good team. He was a great coordinator.
I can't.
I know why.
Who killed Brian Leftwich? You want to know?
I know why.
Tom Brady killed him.
Ah.
Brady killed his reputation. Tom Brady killed Byron Leftwich.
Are you talking about when Brady's last year there?
His last couple years, by basically coming in there and saying that his offense was stupid. Like he basically, not in these.
I'd be okay with it, Zach.
Look, in his offensive scheme, he had a 30 touchdown passing quarterback, a 42 touchdown passing quarterback, and a 35.
I'm not saying that you're wrong, man. You're right, but when you got somebody like Tom Brady that says his stuff was element, like Tom Brady said some really like damning.
Right,
things.
but you know, I'm gonna exclude Tom Brady's last year in Tampa Bay because that man had more things to deal with than playing football.
Well, he was stupid
Are you
enough to
just
come back.
yelling me? Are you just yelling me right
if
now?
he wouldn't have came back, he's probably still married at this moment.
Are you just yelling me right now? Are you just yelling me?
No, I'm being
Yeah.
serious. Personal issues to deal with in his final year in Tampa.
Yeah.
So you're just yelling me. You're just talking
Yeah,
about
look,
Giselle.
the man couldn't stay away from the game.
Giselle.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Man, that sucks, man. His wife left him for her jiu-jitsu coach.
You gotta be there, man. Hey,
You gotta be there. You got to.
Well, it's like, did you know that John Elway's wife divorced him after their second Super Bowl victory?
You gotta watch out for us jiu-jitsu guys.
Hey, Jerry Rice's wife divorced him after he retired. Said she couldn't live
You
with him.
got 10 years of martial arts under my belt. You gotta be careful with this.
Look, some of these dudes don't know what to do after football. They really don't. They can't just
You can't turn it off.
sunset and just be still. They have to live, breathe, and
But
eat football.
but then again, you know what you're marrying when you marry that. Like when you like my listen. So my relationship right now, this is my matter of fact, our year anniversary is tomorrow. And my girl was like, hey, and we first, she was like, babe, maybe you should, spend more time doing this, stop coaching. And I did. I stopped coaching. You know what she's telling me now? You need to go back and coach.
You need to get outside my house and get back out there and be a coach.
She's ready for me to go. She's ready for me to go back into coaching because she's like,
You want to go back to coach?
nah, not really. No,
Hey,
I'm
D,
enjoying
where
my
do you
time.
live?
Huh?
Where do you live?
I live in Sacramento, California.
Okay. Look, okay. I'm gonna hit you with one thing on California. What is up with this damn jock tax?
It's not just California, Ray. It's multiple states.
I didn't hear it.
It's
It's like
California,
any other
first
thing.
of all. That should tell you everything you need to know.
He's talking about the jock tax. With what happened to Sam Darnold.
Thank you.
Well, they throwing out Sam Darnold as a reference, but it happened to all the players.
It happens to every player, but because of how much Sam Darnold made and the taxes to it. Every player got hit with it. But there are multiple states that have it.
Brother, hey, this is and I don't get into politics, but I'll say this too. The one thing I hate about California, his name is Gavin Newsom, which is our governor here in California. I hate him.
Oh, he's the worst.
I hate him because not what his political stance is, but it's the fact that the cost of living goes up every year, but the pay doesn't go up. He doesn't put a mandate on rent, but he'll allow all that to raise, but he won't tell people, well, then you got to pay people more. And so yeah, he tries to come off like he's his people. Oh, I'm about to come the everyday average worker. You're not.
See,
so that's the thing that's about that.
How
The
it,
minimum wage hasn't changed in over 25 years.
Ray, how it works, and I only know the NFL because I don't know any other sport when it comes to this. But in the NFL, when you are a player, say for the 49ers, every state that you play in, you have to pay that state tax. So when the 49ers go to Seattle and play, their players have to pay for that one game, however much they made for that game. They have to pay taxes to the state of Washington for that game. When they go to Arizona, they got to do the same thing. Now, they're lucky because they play the Rams in, California, so they don't got to worry about it there because they're already paying taxes. But it's like, okay, I live in Texas. We don't have a state tax. So if the 49ers were to play Dallas in Dallas or Houston in Houston, they don't have to pay a state tax on the amount of money they made for that game. But if Dallas has to go to San Francisco or Houston has to go to San Francisco, then those players have to pay a state tax to California for ever how much money they made playing that game.
Let me chime in on that. And one of the other things that some of the NFL players do that's smart, Nick Bosa did, is they make their residence in states that don't have state taxes.
Yep.
Nick Bosa made his residence in Florida, right? Well, everybody thought he was holding out. No, but they told him you have to live there for a certain amount of time.
6 months.
So that's what he did. He stayed there until that 6 months was up, and then he goes, okay, now he can go play. And so what he's doing with the money is just with his taxes. He goes, I work in California, but I live in Florida.
And look at Harbaugh's new contract with the Giants. He just signed a 5-year, $100 million deal, $20 million a year. But in reality, outside of taxes and everything, by working and coaching there, the man's only making like $7 or $8 million a year.
Right, because and that's why you'll find a lot of them will make their residence in places like Texas, Florida, and even up in Washington.
Yep.
Because there's no state tax up there.
Yep. But that's how it works in the NFL because you're considered a W-9 employee in the NFL. You're a contractor. You're a contractor. Yep. So everywhere you go and play or quote unquote work, whatever you make working or playing there, you have to pay taxes to that state.
Right. Did most of you guys know that the NFL players have to pay for their own surgeries?
Yep.
Or they gotta pay for their own, it was their own, insurance.
Right. Because of the W-9 factor.
Yeah.
Because of the W-9.
It's the same thing with like the like people talk about the WWE. Forgive me for talking about wrestling on your show, but with the WWE.
What? I love wrestling.
Like those,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
guys-
Most of those football
those guys-
fans like wrestling too.
yeah, those guys can't wrestle if they don't have insurance. Like
Exactly.
companies like the WWE will not, and AWA or AW
Doesn't offer insurance.
so if they don't have insurance, and most insurance companies won't touch these guys if they keep getting hurt in the ring. So,
Well, fortunately, the Western name is there. The new insurance packet thing from a couple years ago makes it that existing conditions are not the reason that you can be kicked out of insurance.
yeah, but you know that. But remember, what just happened? That just happened a couple years ago. A lot of these guys is out of work because they couldn't be insured to do what they needed to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's weird how that it works. I'll never forget when Joe Flacco got that first major deal in Baltimore, and everyone's like, "Wow, he made all this money," until you broke down the taxes and everything, and you're like, the government really likes him. I mean, look at Josh Allen, right? Look at Josh Allen, 3 or 6 years, 330 million. But guys, I'm gonna call it a day. We've been at it for 2 hours. I greatly appreciate y'all coming in and hanging out with me.
Now it's time to say goodbye.
I hope you guys.
You know, hey, Armchair, how come you don't go longer anymore? Usually you go to like 1 o'clock my time.
Because of my neck and my back.
How long do you got to go on your neck brace?
About 2 hours.
I've got, and I find out next month.
6 more weeks.
I find out next month how much longer I have to be in it. I love you too, mamas.
I'm sure you're ready to get out of it.
Oh, dude, I am so ready to get out of this thing.
I can see it in your face.
I'm so ready to get out of this thing. But yeah, it's because of the surgeries and everything I had on my neck and my back over the last year. That's why.
I understand. I was just wondering. I didn't know.
All right. I hope y'all have a great rest of your Friday the 13th. Watch out for Jason. Have fun.
Work, so I'm good.
I hope y'all, if you have a significant other, I hope y'all have a great Valentine's Day. And I will see you guys back here on Monday. Peace.
All right,
All
man.
right, peace. Have a good weekend.